So guys, my sound is going to sound a little bit different because my puppy, Mr. Brad, chewed off the wire of my audio, so I'm going to have to go to Best Buy today sometime and then get a new audio. Oh my god, this guy. He's just going to make me spend another $300-400 on an audio device that was working perfectly. And these things don't come in sets. Don't come in like separate devices. There's like one thing. If you're gonna get the monitor, and you're gonna have to get the audio as well, vice versa. So anyway guys, today we are gonna be doing our video of Sun in the second house for Cancer Ascendant person. And what happens when Sun is in the second house for a Cancer Ascendant people. And as always, if you do not know where your Sun is placed, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, where your other planetary placements are, what your other astrological details are, for that, check out the links here and check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations here. So, Sun in the second house for Cancer Ascendant people. And as you know, this is like a different way of approaching my series, because I'm not just doing Sun in a certain house or Sun in a certain sign. I'm putting the three things together. I'm taking the house, putting the sign on it, and then putting the planet on it, which is a little bit different way of studying than just normal houses and signs. So for a Cancer Ascendant person, Cancer Moon, why did it give Sun the second house? Why did Cancer give Sun the position of the second house in its ascendant? Because for a Cancer Ascendant person, you have to look at the logic. Cancer Ascendant people are attached to the family. Family is everything to them. Even if you do not have a good relationship with the family, other Ascendant will be like, oh, I don't care, whatever. Somehow Cancer Ascendant internally will not feel right unless that family environment is good. Because Cancer is the fourth zodiac sign of the zodiac belt, which means it's the fourth house. Which means they're all about the fourth house, the mother, dwelling, happiness, emotions, the luxury from the family. So Moon said, Sun, you're going to control my second house because I want my family to be regal, royal. They're everything to me, so I am going to be treating them like royalty. My family is my regal place. They're my royalty. This is why Sun rules the second house. And usually you'll see for a Cancer Ascendant person that they either are born in like a political family, entertainment family, public service family, creative family. Because Leo is the sign of ruled by the Sun, which is government, authority, that regalness, dynamic self-expression, arts, creativity, media. Now, Leo is a very fixed sign. Like, once they make a decision, that decision stays as is. This is why the real king rules the sign of Leo, because once king makes the decision, he does not bounce from it. He goes all the way through. So when he says we're going to go to war, we go to war. Not like the army is all the way there and like, well, no, come back. We're not going to do the war. No. King will die for his word. So for a Cancer Ascendant person, fixed sign of Leo represents that these people value fixed assets. They must have a certain amount of fixed assets in their life for them to feel okay about themselves, feel confident about themselves, have their high self-esteem. So they want security. That's the number one thing for the Cancer Ascendant. Family and security. They don't care for the living the lavish lifestyle, and the regal lifestyle comes in second. First thing is, I want security. I do not want to be on the streets. I want some sort of a security for myself. So that's why the fixed sign of Leo is ruling the second house of wealth for a Cancer Ascendant person. But when Sun is sitting in the second house, it shows that one was born in a very regal environment, kind of like silver spoon in your mouth. Even if you're middle class, lower middle class, your parents made you feel like you were royalty. That's what it means. Now, obviously, if many malefic planets are looking at the second house, this scenario will change. So don't say like, oh, well, I have this position and it's not exactly what you're saying. Well, every horoscope is different. Your sun could be conjunct some planet, aspected by some planet. But here what it shows is that your father was a very dynamic personality, very regal, authoritative person. When he walked in, people kind of paid respect to him and they kind of looked at him like, wow, here's this guy. And he was the royalty in the family too. Like he was this authoritative king that everybody just respected, from your cousins to your father's family to everybody. Your father was perhaps very well politically connected. At the same time, it also shows that your wealth will be, or most likely will be, coming through your ancestors as well. Family wealth. Kind of like, you're being born in Tata, Mittal family, Ambani family, or the Rockefellers. But especially if you notice, and I have noticed this, that whenever somebody had sun in the second house in the sign of Leo and nakshatra of Magha, they most definitely enjoyed their ancestors' wealth. Because Magha is a nakshatra of ancestors. It's a nakshatra of your ancestors putting you on a throne. You're going to be on your throne of your domain because of your ancestors. Then second house represents fixed assets, as I said, money, wealth, everything definitely will be there. But second house also represents wealth. Communication. I hope you're not getting disturbed by this noise. It wouldn't come in my actual audio. We've got construction going on in our house. We've got the dish guy here. So hopefully you don't mind it. But as I was saying, second house represents voice, our ability to communicate. Third house is communication and intelligence as well, because it's the bhavat bhavam of the second house. Second from the second. But second house represents your true ability to speak and to communicate. So here a person with the sun naturally will sound regal, authoritative, with a very heavy, bellowed voice, whether it's a man or woman. And especially if you look at Amitabh Bachchan has sun ruling in the 8th house, looking at the second house of speech and communication. He has a very bellowed, authoritative voice. So that's something that naturally comes to these people. So when they speak, other people will listen. But here's the thing with sun. In Vedic astrology, our ancient sages made sun a malefic planet. It's part of the malefic trio. With Saturn, Mars, Sun are 3 physical malefic bodies. Why? Because as much as Sun is a very sattvic planet, it gives us life. It gives us, everything that we have in our existence, in our very close existence. But you can't go near the sun. Even if I think you're like 20 miles away from the sun, you'll be burned. I'm not 20 miles, 20 million miles away from the sun, you'll be burned. I think it's even like 40, 50 million miles, you'll be burned. Because sun is a hot planet. So imagine you take the sun, okay? Take a very hot ball of fire, put it somewhere. What is it going to do? It's not just going to sit there and look pretty. It's going to burn the ground, the carpet that it's sitting on, or the wood that it's sitting on. It's going to burn it. So there's going to be some burning of the significance of the second house. What is that? What this shows is that a person with this sun will have too much ego. They will show off too much. They'll be like, oh, look at me. Like in India, when I was in the J.D. Tadler school, we had like some of these, I'm not going to say the name, but somebody's son coming into our school with like 2 bodyguards with machine guns, and he came in this long Mercedes, and everybody like looked, oh, he's here. And if you ever approach him and spoke to him, he would just shut you down. That's the kind of unnecessary ego that it develops. Like, look at me, I'm from the politically connected family. I'm from the royal, regal Bollywood family. You better respect me, because that's what I deserve it. Even if they haven't done nothing to deserve it, that's what they want. The real ego is of somebody like, let's say, if Amitabh Bachchan lost all his wealth, he was just walking on the street with his kurta pajama. People will come to him, including me, will put his hand together in front of him. Look at Kapiel Raaj, my favorite astrologer. The guy lives a very simple life. But if he ever walked down the street and people knowing who he is, I myself will go onto his foot and put myself in front of his foot to bless me. That's real royal and regalness. Here, sun is ego. Your ego, which is illusion, blows up. So that's the first negative thing. Number two, you waste too much money to show off. Like, oh, I'm going to this party and we got all the people coming. I need to have the best car. So instead of just getting like a Toyota, you want the Bentley. You're going to spend $150,000 extra just so that Bentley is out there sitting in your porch and your driveway, even though you know it is really putting the huge crack in your wealth. Now, if you're a billionaire and you buy a Bentley, go at it, just enjoy life. But these people really have to do this in order to show their value in life. That's the negative part that comes with this. So what will happen is, instead of buying a $200 watch, these people will buy a $20,000 watch just because it will make them feel regal. But in the foundation of all of this, what it simply shows is that your family is going to be your real source of wealth, and your family will be the part that makes you feel regal and royal in your heart. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Sun in the second house for Cancer and people. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And again, if you want to know where your Sun is placed, where your other planetary placements are, all my reports, books, consultations, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.